Of the Constitution was that it offered a special privilege for the poorest and most disadvantaged Indians. The practice of untouchability described as a slur and a blot on the fair name of India was abolished. So there was untouchability was there, and we abolished that one according to our constitution, and giving a special privilege to the people of poorest and the most disadvantaged. So we have given the reservation and other things to the people, those who face the those who was poorest as well as disadvantaged. Then the next one. Hindu temple previously open to only the higher caste were thrown open to all, including the former untouchables. So the former temple entry movement, like that things it is before it was there in the war time, that time itself. Then slowly it is progressed and become, when we made constitution, that time we said like that all people can enter to temple, like that, not only to the higher caste. Then, after a long debate, the Constituent Assembly also recommended that certain percentage of the seats in the legislation as well as job in the government reserved for the members of the lowest caste. Why? Already they face lots of social problems because of they was from lower caste. So made a reservation policy for in which all area for legislature as well as in job. It had been argued by some that untouchables, or as they were now known, Harijans candidate did not have good enough grade to get into the prestigious Indian administrative service. But as one member of the Constituent Assembly, H.J. Khandekar argued, it was the upper caste who were responsible for Harijans being unfit today. So one of the person from this untouchable caste, they said like that why it is like this now in the time of independence, or when we made constitution, that time Harijans, if they was become they was unfit to for today. Why? Because of the upper caste, because they never given chance to study or get a good health facility, and never given proper wage and other things. Then addressing his more privileged colleagues, Kandekar said, "We are suppressed for thousands of years. You engaged us in your service to serve your own ends, and suppresses us to such an extent that neither our mind nor our body nor even our hard work nor are we able to march forward." So the higher caste people, they was misusing the untouchables or the lower caste people, that's why they never got a chance to come together and work for themselves. Along with the former untouchables, the Adivasis and scheduled tribes were also granted reservation in seats and jobs. So we are saying like that all the lower caste, we are saying scheduled caste, and the Adivasi people, we are calling them scheduled tribes according to our constitution. Like the scheduled caste, these Indians too had been deprived and discriminated against. The tribals had been deprived of modern health care and education, while their land and forests had been taken away by more powerful outsiders. Not only Indians, even Europeans taken the land of the tribals. That also we have seen in history book itself. The new privilege granted them by constitution were meant to make amend for this. So the reservation given to them with the intention to uplift them to the mainstream of the society. The Constituent Assembly spent many days discussing the power of the central government versus those who of the state government. Some members thought the central interest should be foremost. Only a strong center, it was argued, would be a position to think and plan for well-being of the country as a whole. Other members felt that provinces should have greater autonomy and freedom. The members from Mysore feared that under the present system, democracy is centered in Delhi. It will not allow to work the same sense and spirit of the rest of the country. So the different area people they felt in different ways. Some of them said center should be more powerful. Some of them said autonomy should give to the provinces. A member from Madras insisted that the initial responsibility for well-being of the people of the provinces should rest with the provincial government. So the here province means state, we want to understand like that the state government should have some of the responsibility to think about the well-being of the people. The constitution sought to balance these competing claims by providing three lists of subject: a union list with a subject such as tax, defense and foreign affairs, which would be an exclusive responsibility of the center, and a state list of subjects such as education, health, which would be taken care of principally by the states, and a concurrent list under which would come subjects such as forest and agriculture, in which the center and the state have joint responsibility. So we made three lists. One is the union list, then the state list that we are calling it state list, then comes the concurrent list. So the union list is common means the common interest of the people of the country, like foreign affairs, defense, like that things. Then state list, it is coming according to that particular state's need, that one, it may be education or irrigation, like that things it is included. Then concurrent list, common interest as well as it is need for every war, but each and every state's condition is varies. So state and center together want to take the decision, like that three list we made. Another major debate in the Constituent Assembly concerned language. Many members believed that English language should leave India with the British rulers. So many of the members said like that no need of English, that we can let it send it out, because the British people went away. Its place, they argued, should be taken by Hindi. However, those who in the assembly, T.K. Krishnajari conveyed a warning on the behalf of the people of South, some whom threatened to separate from India if Hindi was imposed on them. So Krishnajari, what he said, if we are Hindi as a compulsory language for everyone or official language of India, then South may go away from India, like that. A compromise was finally arrived at, namely that while Hindi would be the official language of India, English would be used in the court, the service and the communication between one state to another. So we made like that policy, both English or Hindi we can use as official language when we are having the relation with other states and other things. Then many Indians contributed to the framing of the constitution, but perhaps the most important role was played by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of drafting committee and under whose supervision the document was finalized. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he is calling us the architect of our Indian constitution, and he was the chairman of drafting committee. In his final speech to the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Ambedkar pointed out that political democracy had to be accompanied by economic and social democracy. So if we want to enjoy the real democracy, a political democracy, then we should get the economic and social democracy. Giving the right to vote would not automatically lead to the removal of other inequalities such as between rich and poor or between upper and lower caste. With the new not only we have given all people, those who completed 21 years and above, they are getting the voting right. Because of that one, all the problems of India, it won't or solve all the inequalities, won't be removed, reduced, like that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said. With the new constitution, he said, India was going to enter into a life of contradictions. So when we are starting our constitution, that time onwards, we are going to face different types of contradictions. In politics, we will have equality, and in social and economic life, we will have inequality. Only in politically we will get equality, in other area we won't get. Who said? The drafting committee chairman, he himself said. In politics, we will be recognizing the principles of one man, one vote, and one value. In our social and economical life, we shall, by reason of our social and economical structure, continue to deny the principle of one man and one value. So in politically we will get every people having the equal value, but socially and economically we won't get. Like that, who said? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Who was he? Chairman of Constitution Drafting Committee. So with the if we are writing the constitution in the paper, if we are not executing that one properly, we won't enjoy any equality in the society. Like that, he already understood that one. That only he said in his final speech. Okay, we will continue in next video.